Awesome. Awesome, awesome. It looks like my service is not wanting to go. There we go. It changed. Let's see what happens. All right. I don't know if you can see me yet. I don't know if anybody can see me, but we're going to go ahead and give it just a few more minutes. About awesome, awesome. It looks like my service is, there we go, not wanting to go. There we go. All right. It changed. So, let's see what happens. I've got it coming through my headphones because I've got my own channel open. I don't know if you can see me yet. I don't know if, and that helps. And now, as we get in, we're going to give it just a few more minutes. Here, we're going to give it 3 more minutes. We're going to give it till 12:10 Central Time. Again, there's a bit of lag, there's a bit of a delay, and that delay seems to expand as we go through, but we'll try and get past that. Today, we're doing the webinar, The Perfect Discovery Call. Unlock sales confidence and close more deals with ease. Turn every discovery call into a seamless revenue-driving conversation. That is what we want to do when we're having a conversation with a prospect, because they are a likely customer or a likely client. They're going to get value out of what we offer. We want to make sure that we get that message across in such a way that they do end up doing business with us. We don't want to feel sleazy. We don't want to feel pushy or salesy. So we use the discovery call. This is the best method to get buy-in from your prospect. Now, they may or may not close on the call, but they'll decide if they're going to do business with you on the call. So I've always said for years, the close happens on the discovery. And that's where you're going to get the decision from them mentally, whether they say it or not, to do business with you. So if closing calls on sales calls feels intimidating, and it does for a lot of people, like asking for the business, asking for the deal is where a lot of people break down. And if you do the right kind of discovery call, you don't actually have to ask for the business. They will ask you to do business. So the one thing that changes everything in discovery calls is actually really simple. It's about listening. It's not about talking. It's not about showing. It's not about telling. Even stories and benefits and all of those things, that is not what a discovery call is about. It is about listening and letting them know they're understood. But it's also about making sure that you get these 3 secrets. You want to make sure that you answer their questions even ahead of time. You want to ask very good questions that help them to understand what the process is, what their current situation is, what the ideal outcome of fixing the problem is, and then take them back to their current situation. So they go on an emotional journey. You want to make sure that they feel heard. When you're listening to them and responding to what they're saying with active listening instead of listening just to respond, they will feel more heard. They will feel more understood. And you want to make sure you answer any of their questions or objections, especially if you can get to it before that. So you want to ask the right questions to lead the client to the close. And I always put it like this. There's actually only 4 questions I ask. What's the current situation? What's the ideal outcome? What's the implication of not solving this problem? And what does that mean for you? Right? And you want to pry into those questions. So you ask, what is the current situation? Well, we're dealing with this challenge. Okay, and how does that challenge manifest? What are you doing now to solve that challenge? You can't ask the right questions for prying if you're not listening actively. So that's where you're going to come in. Read books on interviewing, read books on open-ended questions and prying questions so that you can understand how to phrase those and how to ask those best. But it's about guiding the prospect to their own thought process of, this is a problem, it is a problem that needs solved, and it is a problem that needs solved now. And to get them there, you're going to ask, what is the current situation? What is the problem you're dealing with? If you solve this problem, and you want to get them visualizing what the outcome looks like. So if you solve this problem, what does that mean? Well, we'd have an extra $30,000 in revenue a year. And if you had that extra $30,000 in revenue a year, what would that mean for your business? Well, we could hire a couple of more people on staff. And if you hired a couple more people on staff, what would that do for you, your time, your energy? Well, I'd have a little more free time, a little less stress, a little less on my plate. If you had a little more free time, what would you do? Well, I'd probably go take my grandson fishing. Oh, great. What kind of fish do you like to catch? Now you're starting to build rapport, and it's a very genuine level of rapport because you're asking and learning about them. But at the same time, you're getting them thinking, like that guy's thinking, man, it's fun to go fishing with my grandson. And then you're going to bring him back. So if we don't solve this problem, what is the outcome? Right? And that's going to take them from I'm in the place where the problem is solved to I'm not in the place where the problem is solved. And now I'm really aware of the pain of the problem not being solved. And at that point, it is, what are we going to do about it? What do you think would be the best solution? How do you want to fix that? You want to ask those questions and get that client on that emotional journey, because we buy with emotion and justify the purchase with logic. Even in business decisions, we buy with emotion and justify with logic. An investor likes to think, well, I just buy on the highest return. You buy on the highest return because of the amount of money you're going to make and what you're going to do with the money and the emotional validation or benefit to having that extra money. It's always rooted in an emotion. I want more money so I feel less stress. I want more money so I can do fun things that make me happy. So it's not about the logical part. They'll use whatever logic they need to justify once they've gotten that emotional buy-in. And if you can get them from where they were to where they want to be and then bring them back to where they are, that emotional journey of, oh yeah, that seems like a good thing. Oh, now it's not going to happen if I don't fix it. Right? When you're asking these listening questions and you're doing it with genuine empathy and genuine, like, want to know what's going on with them, that's going to build rapport and it's going to put the client at ease. And when you put the client at ease and build rapport, they trust and like you. And we buy from people we know, like, and trust. If you're doing it cold, they don't know you yet, but you can get them to trust and like you and know you more over time. And if you keep them trusting and liking you, then they'll know you more and more. They'll do more business with you. And that's why you can go into an account that they'll have competitors. They'll have competitors that might be cheaper than you, might have a better offer than you, might have a better product or service that is cheaper, and they'd still want to stick with you because you're their guy. They've bought into emotionally. You understood their need. You understood their problem. So one of the things that I like to do is to turn objections into trust-building moments. Now, there's the feel, felt, found, there's the wrap, there's all sorts of ways of overcoming objections. I like to let them overcome their own objections. So one technique is we want to empathize. We want to, I understand what you're saying. And then you do want to restate so that you make sure that you understand. I understand that, the price seems a little high. Let me ask you this. What is the cost of not solving this problem? What is the cost in time? What is the cost in manpower? What is the cost in billable payroll for those man hours? What's the cost in inconvenience? Right? I want them to answer those questions, because as we ask those questions and they answer them, they're thinking of how their objection is not necessarily the best solution. They're taking a moment of, I don't necessarily think this will work, and turning it around to, but if we don't try, right? That's a great way to turn the objections into trust building moments, because as long as I'm not telling them you're wrong, then I'm not breaking their trust. The moment I try and get combative or confrontational or try and use some like Jedi mind trick of, well, you said, no, that's going to actually cause more conflict. The question becomes, okay, I understand that this is a weighty decision and it's something that you might need to have some time to think on. Let me ask you, what do you need to think about? Okay, and if you think about that and the answer, what answer would you need to come up with when thinking about that to make this decision and to make it in the most informed way? And that's one of my favorite phrases, is I want you to make a decision with the best information available so that you can make an informed decision, right? I don't want everybody to say yes to me, but I want them, if they do say yes, to do it with the right information and to believe that what they're buying into is the solution to the problem that they have. And if you do that, you will take them on a journey from, I don't know, I have a question, I'm unsure, to, I understand now. And then they become the happy customer. So when you do this journey to the buy-in, the current pain, the ideal outcome, back to the current pain, and then to solution awareness, we have a solution for this pain. You don't even really have to tell them what the solution is at this point. And if you do anything that's custom or bespoke, then you're not going to be able to. But what you do want to be able to do is say, hey, I know where you're at, and that hurts, and here's the ideal outcome, and that feels good. And if you don't solve it, that hurts a little more. We have a solution that will solve that problem and take you from that pain currently to the ideal outcome. You want them to get there on their own, though. You don't want to tell them these things. You want to ask them questions that get them along this journey. So if all this did was make your calls feel easy, imagine if all your calls were this easy, then closing deals becomes a service instead of a transaction. I don't feel like closing is a sport where I'm keeping score. I feel like it's an opportunity for me to serve my clients and to serve them better and to know which clients I actually have the best chance of serving. I will say no to a client if I don't feel like what I'm offering them is the best service. It allows you to make profit off of genuine human connection instead of something more synthetic or fake. And it makes you able to sell, never feeling like a sleazy, pushy salesperson. And none of us like that. Even those of us who are 20 plus years in sales professionally, we do not want to feel like that sleazy salesperson. So if all this did for you was give you the confidence in your ability to generate a sale, what would that be worth to you? I mean, if all this did was add on one new account to your client load every month, what would it be worth to you? If all this did was take away the anxiety of selling, you don't feel so stressed out about, man, I have to ask for the business. How do I get them to say yes? If that was all it did, what would that be worth to you? Now, I want to tell you, we have a deal, an offer, and I want to let you know if this offer is something that allows you to get more of those calls into your calendar. You'll be able to get more opportunities to do the discovery call. And if you manage to do these discovery calls, you're going to get better the more you do. The more practice you get at anything, the better at it you get. So by filling up your calendar with discovery calls, you're going to be able to get more and more opportunities. You're going to get better. You're going to increase your close rate. What we basically do is the cold outreach and the marketing. It's always been time consuming and requires, as Liam Neeson said, a certain set of skills, a very particular set of skills. We've actually built out something. What you get in this is a self-operating version of our marketing system, BrandForge. It does your social media authority content. It also does your on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Now, I will tell you, in the day 5 of running this after we built it, we saw a minimum of 600% increase in the reach of all of our social media, sometimes up to 1,800%. And we started ranking pretty quickly. In fact, it took us 6 to the 13th. It took us like 8 days, 7 days for us to go from no keyword rankings for our website to ranking for 32 keywords, including a couple of, first page rankings. I think we were at 3 or 4 first page rankings for several keywords in our market. We're also going to throw in the self-operated cold email system. We call that LeadForge. Now, both of these tools we sell for $1,000 a month. We're actually going to give you a self-operated version, so we wouldn't do that at $1,000. We don't really have a price point because we're just now looking at giving self-operated versions away. But the cold email does personalized email outreach at scale. We've built out structures and systems that get better responses on personalized email. There's a lot of people doing personalized email outreach automation. What they're trying to do is like, hey, I know you were raised in Timbuktu. What do you think about bus line 402 out there that's infamous? That's not going to get you business. It's actually, and the more of those people get, the more creepy it seems. So we've got a prompt that does it a little better, and you'll have access to that. In fact, you'll have access to our custom prompting template, which is $197. We'll actually walk you through building out your prompts so that you have the prompts for the marketing, the prompts for the email. We're also going to give you the total sales system blueprint. We're going to give you a step-by-step guide to walk you through how to use the marketing, how to use the cold email, how to build out the prompts so that when you run these sequences to get to the discovery call, you already know where you're at in the sales system, and you also know what comes after that. Now, if you add all these up, that's $2,494, and that's $1,000 a month would actually cause that to repeat. But you're not going to pay $2,494 for that. Today, for the next 30 minutes after I finish this presentation, you're only going to pay $27 for that. The payment link is going to be up for the next 30 minutes, and you're going to get all of these things. The self-operated marketing version of BrandForge at $1,000 a month. The self-operated cold email system of LeadsForge for $1,000 a month. Custom prompting template at $197. Total sales system blueprint at $197. A grand total of $24.94 for only $27 one time. We're going to go ahead and set it up so that once you click the payment link, you're redirected to the form for your contact information. We're going to contact you to customize your prompts. You're going to get direct customization of the prompts and a walkthrough of the blueprint. Again, you get the self-operated marketing BrandForge, you get the self-operated cold email LeadForge, you get the custom prompting template, the total sales blueprint, a grand total of $24.94 for only $27. Now, we're going to go ahead and start that timer. And in the next 30 minutes, we're going to shut down the link. I might have to go get the link again. Yep, I'm going to have to go get the link again, but that's okay. As that timer counts down here. I'm going to close down that. Oh, I don't even have it here. Well, that kind of sucks. Top messages, filter all messages. Open up that timer. I will get the link in here, guys, in just the next few minutes. There's only a handful of people watching, so it's not the worst thing in the world right now. I'm going to go ahead and kill my camera. And guys, it is your, you got 28 minutes now to get this tool system, this full lead generation system that will give you all of those cold calls, or not cold calls, discovery calls that will allow you then to be able to get your sales going, get those discovery calls on the calendar, get all of that good stuff going so that you can make more sales and make more money, because we all need a little more cash in this modern era just to make it. And you can get more sales, you can close more deals, you can absolutely get a lot more business coming into you by simply doing a discovery call that asks the right questions and guides that customer through the process. And you've got 27.5 minutes to get this deal for $27. And I am right now getting the payment link. And it will be deactivated at that 27 minutes from now situation. There it is. For anybody wanting to check out that payment link, in 26 minutes and 55 seconds, I will deactivate that. And we'll keep going, because you get the self-operated marketing of BrandForge, which, again, got us on day 5 a minimum of 600% increase in exposure across all our social media platforms. It also does your SEO and off-page and on-page, which has got us ranking for 32 keywords just 7 days after building out the SEO version. You get that self-operated cold email system, which writes personalized emails, which get a 5 times higher response rate, but it does it on autopilot. It does it at scale, and we know how to do it right because I spent 22 years sending cold emails that worked, and I built out the system to do just that. These cold emails will get you responses. They will get engagement. We give you the custom prompting. I actually walk with you through what your prompting should look like. We have a template that gives you the structure, and then we put your information in there in such a way that it puts out the right output. Then you get the total sales system blueprint, a step-by-step guide that walks you through the whole thing so that you can see exactly how to go from nobody knows who you are to sales coming in left and right. And you'll be doing those discovery calls instead of a demo to try and present and show and tell and features and benefits up the wazoo that may or may not get you a sale from time to time. Whereas with this discovery call, the people will buy in, even if they're not going to be an ideal customer, even if it's not a situation where it makes sense for them to buy. They will refer you because you did such a good job at building the rapport and creating a genuine human connection by asking questions and listening. And that is where the value is, guys. You get, again, self-operated marketing. Does your social media, your authority content on autopilot, sticks to your brand guidelines. On-page SEO, writes your blog posts with keywords. Off-page SEO writes posts that are unique across multiple platforms so that you can get those backlinks to your blog, to your website, which really helps grow that. You've got 30 minutes. The link in there, the Stripe link in there, is how you can buy for $27. The custom prompting template, again, it gives you a $197 value. It's me literally walking through with you for a half an hour on how to structure your prompts for the email, for the marketing, all the way across the board so that you have the best outputs from the AI, because with these large language models, you want to use good prompting. And the Total Sales System Blueprint, a full step-by-step guide from how to utilize BrandForge and LeadForge to generate those discovery calls that we just went over on how to do. That whole thing value at $24.94 for only $27 today for the next 23 minutes and 54 seconds. Looks like we have a lag time of about 30 seconds. That's not too bad, actually. So we're going to keep this going for a little bit longer. You're going to get about 20 more minutes to do this and get this in. If you're struggling to get sales, if you're struggling to get started, especially if you've got a business idea and don't know where to start, don't know how to sell, don't know how to do it, you're not coming from a sales background, this is the way. This is how you can get those things that will help you close deals, that will help you get sales. You just need to do the discovery call as we've gone over. You will have access to the replay so you can learn again and again how to do the discovery call in a way that closes sales. And then on top of that, if you click the Stripe link in the chat in the next 23 minutes, you'll get the self-operated marketing system of BrandForge. We sell BrandForge at $1,000 per month. You'll get the self-operated version of the cold email LeadForge. We sell that for $1,000 a month. You'll get custom prompting template, which I'm a $200 an hour consultant. I'm giving this $197 of my consulting for your prompting to get those prompts built within these automations so that you can run them. And the Total Sales Blueprint, $297 step-by-step guide on how to get the marketing out so that your brand has some awareness, get the cold emails out so that you're starting conversations with prospects, get those conversations going and do those discovery calls so that you can get relationships with people and have customer relationships that can be managed. You don't have a customer relationship manager, but if you have a customer relationship management software, that's what it's about, is the relationship, guys. And that's what the discovery call does, is it allows you to build that relationship with that prospect so that they become a raving fan of yours. Because, again, even if it's not the right thing for them to do to buy from you, which they may or may still not buy from you, and ethics I've turned business down, but you're going to get referrals from them because you listened to them and they felt heard. And there's nothing humans like more than to feel heard, to feel that what they're saying is being understood. And if you can do that, and that's exactly what this discovery call process does, you can get plenty of sales coming in. The only thing you'll need to do is get lots of those discovery calls booked into your calendar, and that's why we came up with this package, the B2B Closing System. where it does your marketing for you so that there's brand awareness. Our Brand Forge is a $1,000 a month product. It does the cold email outreach for you, which is another $1,000 a month product. We help you with those prompting templates, which is usually part of our service. And we build out the total sales system blueprint, something I already know, so I usually operate it internally, but this is all going to be self-operated. You don't need to keep paying us $2,000 a month to keep using these tools. You pay them for yourself, you get them on your own system, on your own account, and you get $27 one time in the next 20 minutes and 40 some odd seconds. You will be able to get all of these tools, get them set up. There'll be, I'll help you set them up. I will personally help you set them up so that you can have the benefit and you can start getting those discovery calls into your account. And once those discovery calls are coming into your calendar, that's when you get the opportunity to practice and practice and practice with situations where when you do it well, you're going to get paid. And if you can get paid, you have a business. If you can't get paid, you don't have a business. If you're an independent sales rep or you're thinking about getting into a sales career, this is a great way to start, is to get those appointments going, get those conversations, those discovery calls, so that you can sell what you're offering to your clients or to your market. You can sell that thing that you know has value because you can help them on their own discover the value of what you're selling. You're not telling them what the value is. You're asking them questions that help them on their own, through their own thoughts, determine what the value is. And that's where it comes out. So again, you guys, we've got the perfect discovery call. Everybody who's attended this is going to get access to the replay. It is just going to be available in the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed yet, you should subscribe. You're going to be able to go and for the next 19 and a half minutes, for $27 one time, you're going to get a $24.94 value with the self-operated marketing Brand Forge. We charge $1,000 a month. It does your social media content, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what have you. It does blog posts on your site so that they're keyword ready. It does blog posts on other platforms that are different than the blog post on your site, but it does send those backlinks back to your blog post, which helps you boost your ranking in the search engines. Again, we went from not ranking for any words, not even, nobody knew we existed. I submitted the site index to Google Search Console, or the site map for Google Console to index, and that was on the 6th. Today is the 14th. We're ranking for 32. Last time I checked, 32 keywords. We've had a minimum of 4 be first page position on those rankings. We have 2 phrases, they're our brand, that are first place position on those rankings. So there's a lot of value in using the SEO, the off-page SEO, the on-page SEO, and the social media for getting the word out about what you do, because that's all marketing is telling people what you do en masse. And then when you send those cold emails out, as the marketing system grows and grows, you will get more and more opportunity from those cold emails that go out, because people will know your name, they will recognize your brand, and you will get more of those leads to submit and commit to showing up on a call with you. You get to do the discovery call, which again, you can watch this video again as many times as you need. Practice with ChatGPT. I've got a video on how to do that on this channel as well, so that you can really get good at those discovery calls and get more sales coming in, get more sales closed, get more accounts on the books, get more revenue for your business to grow and scale. And the whole time, you've got your marketing building your brand and building brand awareness. You've got cold emails bringing in a steady supply of leads. You know how to do the sales because you've got the total sales system blueprint, and your prompts are properly set up so that they get the best impact with the custom prompting consultation that we are going to do for $197. If you click that buy.stripe.com link that Justin Hughes, that's me, has posted in the live chat, and go buy that in the next 16 minutes and 52 seconds, you will be taken to a page where you can give us the contact information so we can get in touch with you about getting that prompting consultation. You'll get a download of the marketing tool and the cold email tool, how to set those up. We'll walk you through the total sales system blueprint. All of that will be done by the end of the day if you buy in the next 16 minutes and 27 seconds, excuse me. Once that timer reaches 0, I am disconnecting the payment link. So it will no longer be valid, and deactivating it. So you will no longer be able to get this for $27. It's only for the next 16 minutes that you will be able to get Brand Forge, which we charge $1,000 a month for, Lead Forge, which we charge $1,000 a month for, custom prompting, that's a consultation call with $197 for the total sales system blueprint, another $297, grand total of $24.94. But today, for you, in the next 16 minutes, 15 minutes and 45 seconds, only $27. This is a one-time offer. I'm not going to be able to do this again. This is just to get your business off the ground, get it started. Those people who have business ideas or want to transition into a sales career and are struggling, they need this system. They need this tool. But I'm giving it away at this rate. I'm practically giving it away, and I want to make sure that if you get this today, that I can only deal with so many people. I can only do so many custom prompting template calls. I want to make sure that you, as the people who showed up on this call today, get that. So go ahead and click that link, that buy link in the chat, and get your opportunity to get these tools, to get Brand Forge and Lead Forge, a self-operated version. It's going to be a little different running it than our $1,000 a month version, because you're going to put that into your own system instead of running it on our system. But you're going to get the same benefits. You're going to get the brand awareness. You're going to get the leads coming in. You're going to make sure that the prompting is done right. And that, by the way, as the prompts need to be changed or adjusted, you will be able to get in touch with me to make sure that if you need help with that, I can help with that. And you're going to get that total sales system blueprint that walks you through how to set up the marketing, how to do the cold email, how to convert to an appointment, how to do an initial discovery, which, by the way, an initial discovery is very brief, and the only point of that is to make sure they have want, need, and budget. You're not going to do the rapport thing. You're not going to do the deep discovery. That's going to be a third conversation. You're going to have the initial that generates the appointment. That's a conversation. The initial discovery, to make sure that you're not going to waste time asking them if they don't have want, need, and budget. And then you're going to have that deep discovery where the people you meet with have want, need, and budget. And that's when you're going to sell them. And you're going to sell them not by pushing, not by persuading, not by, doing the salesy, sleazy, manipulative tactics of, if then, or, well, I know you feel that way. Other people have felt that way. And what we've found, we're not going to do that. We're just going to ask questions that are genuine and earnest questions to help them understand where they are now, what the ideal outcome of solving the problem is, what the implication of not solving the problem is, and that there is a solution. That's the journey, and it's very much about building that genuine human connection rather than trying to manipulate or close the deal in a way that is sleazy or manipulative, that leaves a bad taste in anybody's mouth. So we want to do that moving forward. We want to use that technique, and in order to have as many discovery calls as you can, the best way is to automate your marketing, your cold outreach, and to have a full system in place. And if you've got that full system in place, you've got Brand Forge at $1,000 a month, you've got Lead Forge at $1,000 a month, you've got prompting that is positioned and customized to your business, your solution, your offer, and you've got a total sales system blueprint that will give you a path to the sale, that will give you a clear understanding of how to go from unknown to making sales. All of that, normally $24.94, today $27. $27 instead of $2,500 to get all of these things for the next 12 minutes. So let's see what happens. Excuse me, I didn't want to cough in your ears, as some of you might be listening to this on headphones or earbuds. So I had a cough, but we want you to get as many discovery calls as you can on your calendar, which is why we're offering this appointment setting system, this marketing system, the prompting template. We're offering this because we want to help you grow your business, start your business, get it off the ground, especially if you don't come from a sales background. A lot of people who don't come from a sales background, they have a negative view on sales, and that inhibits their ability to sell. But if you do a discovery call instead of a standard demonstration call, you will have a lot better chance at getting deals closed, because it's not about you, it's about them. And everybody in the world is listening to the same radio station, We FM. What's in it for me? If you answer that question, you've got a friend. If you answer that question, you've got a friend, and friends buy from friends, and that's what you want to do. So we're going to set you up with the full system. You can watch this video again to figure out the discovery call. I've got a video on me doing a role play with ChatGPT's voice model as a way to do discovery call practice. So you can do that as well on this channel. On top of that, we're going to give you a $2,500 package of BrandForge, LeadForge, prompting, and a sales system blueprint. All of that. Instead of $24.94, you're only going to pay $27 for about the next 10 minutes. We're getting ready to wrap it up, and I will be deactivating that payment link here in the next 10 minutes. So I hope that you have made your purchase if it's one that you want to make. I hope that you have gotten value out of learning how to do the discovery call. I've got a few more videos that give a little more guidance. The one on the role play is a really good one to watch, because you actually get to see how a discovery call can be done. It's treated as if it were a real discovery call. I do love using ChatGPT's voice model, because that allows me to practice and role play my discovery calls, my investigative calls. All of those get practiced routinely. That is how you get better. So watch the video, learn how to do the discovery call, master that skill. And once that's mastered, the only thing holding you back is how many discovery calls do you get to make? Well, that's why we're offering this system. You get the self-operated marketing system. It does your social media content, authoritative content, sticks to your brand guidelines, does your on-page SEO and your off-page SEO. We normally offer that as a service for $1,000 a month. You're going to have it as a self-operated system. You're going to have cold email LeadForge. It does personalized email at scale. It's got entire sequences, structures from the introductory email that will reduce the likelihood of you ending up in a spam filter, all the way to the follow-up emails that lead to top-of-mind campaigns. All of that done on a personalized level, which normally takes a human a lot more time, but it's done on automation. That's normally a $1,000 a month service. You're going to get a self-operated version of that. You're going to get the custom prompting template, again, $197 value. The template I'm actually going to walk you through, as well as the total sales system blueprint that shows you how to take all these pieces and how to master that discovery call, how to take all that knowledge and turn it into a path to the sale. Because you can't get to the place you're going if you don't have an idea of what direction, what obstacles you're going to have to overcome, how to overcome those obstacles. That's what the Total Sales System Blueprint does. That's why it's a $297 value. All of this adds up to $24.94. You're getting it for only $27 today. In the next 8 minutes, you're getting it for $27 by clicking that buy.stripe.com link that is in the chat. Posted by me, Justin Hughes, from my actual normal YouTube account, not my business account. So let's go ahead and get this moving, guys. I look forward to having those conversations with you about getting the custom prompting template set up, walking you through the Total Sales System Blueprint. I look forward to you getting to use BrandForge, getting to use LeadForge. I know as soon as you see, like I said, day 5 from BrandForge, we saw a spike in our exposure and our reach in our social media platforms. Day 6, we saw 32 keywords ranking that were not ranking day 0 or day 1. And the cold emails, we're seeing anywhere from a 5 to a 25% response rate. But what we're also seeing is that because it's done the right way, we're not getting flagged as spam. We're getting appreciate the offer even from our no's. We're getting responses. We're getting appointments from having those cold emails go out that are personalized in a way that is professional rather than creepy, but still clearly shows that research was done. Now, granted, the research was done by a large language model and an automation, but it still shows that research was done, and that's always appreciated by the person reading it, especially when you're dealing with like a busy executive, like a CEO, CFO. You want to make sure that it looks like you put effort into it, and this AI system does definitely show what appears to be effort. It was effort. It was just a lot less effort for you than it was for the AI, and it was a lot less effort for you and the AI than it was for me and my team as we built out these systems. But we've got about 6 minutes left, guys. We're getting ready to wrap it up. If you did not check out the beginning of the webinar, it will be available in the live section of our YouTube channel, Firebringer AI. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you definitely should, because we do things like this frequently. You're going to get an opportunity for the next 6 minutes to get the self-operated marketing system, BrandForge, the self-operated cold email system, LeadForge. We sell both of those as a $1,000 a month service. You're going to have it self-operated. You're not going to pay $1,000 a month. In fact, you're not going to pay a monthly fee at all. We're going to give you the custom prompting template with the consultation call to make sure your prompts are right and they're giving a consistent and proper output for what you want them to do. And then we're going to give you the total sales system blueprint. It is literally the path to the sale. From this person has never heard of me or my business and doesn't even know that they have the problem that we solve, all the way through to people buy from us, and people buy from us frequently. We're going to get you all the way through that process. Normally $24.94 for all these different parts. And again, $2,000 a month if we're running that BrandForge and LeadForge as a service for you. You're going to get all of these tools today for only $27. One-time fee, no recurring fees. We love to have you be able to use these and benefit from these tools. That's why we put this package together. I can't wait to see some of the successes you're going to have when you've got your marketing being done by smart automations that are building out your brand and your brand awareness for you 24/7. You're getting those emails that are coming in like a business development representative. Guys, as a BDR, as a freelance BDR, I charged $80 an hour. So even at $1,000 a month to be able to get that cold email system, that cold email outreach going, that's personalized at scale, you're getting a hell of a value. But it's not going to be $1,000 a month. It's not going to be anything a month because it's just part of this whole package. The custom prompting template, which is $197, that's an hour minimum or maximum of my consulting to get those prompts set up. I don't think it'll take more than 15 or 20 minutes to get them set up, but we'll have the templates, we'll have that call, we'll get the prompts set up. I'll walk you through the sales system blueprint so that you know exactly what to do every step of the way, all the way through. We're at 4 minutes now for this system of $24.94. It's going to be turned off in just under 4 minutes. This is going to be your last chance to get that $27. I'm going to go ahead and switch over. Well, I'll give it a couple more minutes. So again, I'll give it one more breakdown. If you did not watch the beginning of this video, it will be set on the live page on our YouTube channel at Firebringer AI. You can come back and watch it from the beginning and learn the discovery, but this timer portion is going to be invalid because that payment link is going to be off. So if you want to get the self-operated marketing, the self-operated cold email, the custom prompting template, the total sales system blueprint, the $24.94 value for $27, you have 3 minutes to do so. And I hope to see you in my inbox telling me that you filled out that form, that you went ahead and opted in to get this information, to get all of the great tools, this great setup to fill your calendar with those discovery calls, and then that you mastered the discovery call. Cannot wait to hear a success story from somebody watching this YouTube live right now that says, you know what, I went ahead and paid the $27. I put the BrandForge into place. I put the LeadForge into place. We did the custom prompting template setup. I got walked through the total systems blueprint, and now I have a self-sustaining business. I've got a team of 7. I don't have to really do the day-to-day operations. I'm moving more into the CEO, out of the owner-operator, because I have things that are built up with smart automations, and it's things like BrandForge. That's a smart automation that does your marketing. It does your social media. It does authoritative content. It follows your brand guidelines, and it does your on-page and off-page search engine optimization so that people can Google your product, your service, and be more likely to find you. We do that as a service for $1,000 a month. The self-operated cold email, LeadForge, we do that for $1,000 a month. Personalized cold email at scale is the most effective way to do it. It is time consuming for a human, but a smart automation does it fairly quickly, fairly consistently, and it gets you results. The custom prompting template, $197. I'm going to have a personal conversation with you to make sure we get the outputs of that prompt right. We're going to do that until we make sure it's right and consistent. Before we put any of those things into place, I'll teach you how to put all those things in place and what step to take after it's all set up in the Total Sales System Blueprint, $297 value. All of this easily $2,500. Again, $2,000 a month. In a year, you'd be spending $24,000 plus the $494. So you'd be spending almost $25,000 for this. We're in the last minute for you to get it for $27 one time. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my Stripe page. I'm going to do that on my phone and get ready to deactivate that payment link. And I've got 43 seconds on the clock here. I'm going to go ahead and go over one more time. Rewatch the video. If you haven't watched it from the beginning and you got to this point, and you know where, even if you're a little bit behind, you started late, I hope you bought by now, because I'm shutting it down in 22 seconds. I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance, but you're going to get Brand Forge, Lead Forge, Custom Prompting, Total Sales System Blueprint, $24.94 value, $27 right now for the next 10 seconds. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I am deactivating. I appreciate everybody checking out the webinar. I hope you got a chance to get this package. We will be doing more things like this. We will have other special offers. They will be kind of similar to the one time. I want you to check out the webinars. I want you to check out the video channel. I want you to make sure you got all the information you needed, because I want you to succeed. And I'm not going to be able to have you succeed if you are not succeeding by getting those appointments, getting those calls, getting those discovery calls on the system and using them. So I appreciate everybody.